All right, so today we're talking about frequency tables and how to make them. So the first definition is, what is a frequency table? So a frequency table is a table that shows how often something happens. So if you look here, like age of 15, frequency of 8. So it's saying there's 8 people that are 15. So it's a table that shows how often something happens. The relative frequency then is how often does that thing occur relative to everything else. So to find the relative frequency here, we would take 8 and divide it by the total of number of things. So it's your frequency of your category divided by the total frequency. So if we did here the age of 15, so what's the relative frequency of 15? You want to take 8 divided by this total. So this would give you 20, which then is 40%. So 40% of these people aged 15, 16, 17, 40% are 15. So an example. So a student conducts a probability experiment by spinning the spinner below. Using the results in the frequency table, answer the following questions. So here we spin results of 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the frequency of each of those. So probability of spinning a 4, you want to take your frequency and divide by the total. So if we add all of these up to get our total to use later, you should get 100. So we're going to divide this by 100, which would give a probability of 0.18 or 18%. So then the probability of not spinning a 4, you can either count up all of these and divide by 100 again, or we can just subtract from 1. So 1 minus 0.18 will give us 0.82 or 82%. Probability of a 2 or a 3, we want both of these. So that would give us 53 total possibilities out of 100, or 53%. Okay, so probability distribution is taking your frequency table one step further. So you have your categories, you have your frequencies, and then you also list your probabilities. So it's a table that shows a probability of each outcome. So it's the probability of each outcome. So here, there's your frequencies, here's your probabilities, and note this column should add to 1, or right about 1 with rounding, so it's like close to 100%. All right, so the last example here, we want to make a frequency table. So on a math test, 10 scores are between 90 and 100, so your first score range is 90 to 100, and we had 10 scores. Then it says there's 12 scores between 80 and 89, so 80 to 89. There are 12 options. 15 scores from 70 to 79, 8 scores from 60 to 69, and then 2 below 60. And then you have to figure out the probabilities. So first, add all these together to get your total number, and you should get 47. And then to find the probabilities, you want to do 10 divided by 47, 12 divided by 47, etc. You'll get 0.21, 0.26, 0.32, 0.17, and 0.04. And then to check, make sure those add up to about 1. If they're like 0.99, 0.98, or like 1.01, that's fine. It's probably just from rounding, but that's the basic idea. There is a Math Excel if you want to work on it. Otherwise, you can work on these book problems for practice.